Welcome to our Park City Market Talk webinar and podcast. I'm Ron Wilstein, a broker at Keller Williams Luxury Properties here in Park City, Utah.
And I'm Jeremy Wilstein, the buyer consultant for the Wilstein Team, and thank you for joining us for our November 2019 Park City Market Talk.
I'm going to give you a Park City market update, let you know what's selling or not selling.
Then we're going to check out what's around the next corner.
That, of course, includes skiing and snowboarding, and Main Street, all the shops there, and our fine dining, whether you're doing it on the slopes or in our assortment of restaurants in Park City. We've got a lot of things we want to talk about that we really do see just around the corner, starting with the 2019-2020 ski season and which ski pass you might want to consider buying.
And then also the Mayflower Mountain Resort, there's some more details emerging about that. And Woodward Park City, the newest action sports park right here in Park City. All right, Park City Mountain, we're opening Friday, November 22nd, weather dependent, of course. And Deer Valley Resort is opening Saturday, December 7th, 2019.
So you got to tune up those skis and boards, get them ready. What you also have to do is you got to figure out which ski pass you're going to buy. Now, of course, you can get daily passes, but if you're local or you want to come up here or you just want to experience fullness of skiing and boarding, you definitely want to check out the Epic Pass or the Icon Pass or the Mountain Collective Pass. Last month we covered these in detail, so we're just going to hit on them pretty quickly. The Epic Pass covers, of course, Park City, and that includes Park City Mountain Resort, but it extends out to other resorts around the country and outside the country, and partnering resorts, which include Snow Basin, some resorts in Japan, Telluride, just a wonderful pass. You definitely want to check it out.
And then we've got the Icon Pass, which is from the Altera Group. Here in Utah, we have Deer Valley, which is right here in Park City. We have Solitude Mountain Resort, Bryden Resort, Snowbird, and Alta. So 5 resorts in Utah you can choose from on the Icon Pass. And finally, the Mountain Collective Pass, which gives you 2 days at 18 different destinations. And the ones here in Utah, we've got Alta and Snowbird.
We've got 3 great passes to choose from. We've had early snow so far in Park City, so I think we're off to a good start. These are the different websites: epicpass.com, iconpass.com, or mountaincollective.com. Check out those passes, decide which one's best for you.
Yep. All right, well, let's jump into our Park City real estate market update. The Park City real estate market is mixed these days. We've had 1,279 sales in Park City over the past 12 months. That's down 1% or 11 sales, and that is all homes, condominiums, and vacant land combined.
Now, as you look at this graph, we've broken down it into 3 categories: homes, condos, and lots. The red bars represents the period of November 2018 through October 2019, and the silver bar represents the 12-month period the year before. The number of homes have increased by 2%, 10 more sales from 512 to 522, while we have a 6% increase among condos from 604 to 639 this past year. But lots are down. Of course, we have fewer lots to purchase in Park City, but it dropped from 174 to 118. We'll talk about why that was a little bit later.
And then taking a look at the year-to-year comparison of the same time period, November 2018 through October 2019, for home sales, we're going to look in the Park City limits, and we had an increase of 20% in home sales from 152 to 182. 30 more homes were sold this last period. In Snyderville Basin, around the county, we went from 360 sales down 6% to 340 home sales.
This graph here shows you condominiums just down slightly within the Park City limits by 1%, dropping to 322 sales from 325, just 3 fewer sales, but a nice 14% increase in the Snyderville Basin, where condos were purchased at 317 over the last year compared to 279 the year before.
And then finally, taking a look at vacant land sales over the same time period, in the Park City limits, we're down 45% from 31 sales down to 17 sales, but it should be noted there's very few vacant land parcels available inside the city limits, so we don't have a huge sample size. And in Snyderville Basin, we were down 29% from 143 sales to 101 sales. So we were also down in the county, but that could be attributed to just the fewer amount of parcels of land that are available in the Park City area.
It's also important to point out that a year ago we had a limited supply of homes on the market, and so buyers were turning to vacant land in the Snyderville Basin, purchasing it, hence the larger silver bar. And now the market's adjusted somewhat, and 101 is more in order of what we would expect. So that's the number of sales. Let's take a look at prices, because everybody wants to know what's happening with real estate values.
All right, this graph shows the year-to-year comparison of home median sold prices. Again, this is the same period, November 2018 through October 2019. Inside the city limits, we are down 3% from a median sold price of $1,982,500 to $1,925,000, small drop. In Snyderville Basin, we're actually up 2% from $1,220,000 to $1,250,000, up $30,000.
Now we're looking at condominiums, and you can see a drop from $850,000 to $775,000 as the median price in the Park City limits. That's a 9% decrease, but up in the Snyderville Basin from a median price of $550,000 to $575,000. Now, if you've been following our webinars month in and month out, we previously were recording fewer number of sales year-over-year comparison, but prices climbing. Now we're getting more of a mixed bag here as the market is adjusting and correcting, and frankly, in the long run, that's healthiest for the marketplace.
And then finally, taking a look at the median vacant land sold price inside the city limits, we're up 12% from $980,000 to up over $1 million to $1.1 million. Will get you a lot inside the city limits. In Snyderville Basin, we had no change. The median sold price of a vacant piece of land was $495,000. All right, well, let's jump into some more details on the Mayflower Mountain Resort that have been emerging. And this resort is going to provide access to Deer Valley skiing without driving through Park City.
Looking at its precise location, you see the Jordanelle Reservoir to the right, which if you've skied Deer Valley, you often look at it. Bald Mountain's one of the mountains you ski on. Anyway, that's your location for the new proposed Mayflower Mountain site.
Right in between Bald Mountain and the Jordanelle.
What exactly is Mayflower Mountain Resort? The details are emerging slowly, but we'll give you the background here. It's been a long-held belief that the Mayflower would eventually be part of the Deer Valley Resort, but right now there's no agreement between Mayflower's developer and the Deer Valley owner, Altera, but we'll see what happens over a period of time here. The two ownership entities recently signed, however, a 199-year lease, which at a minimum enables skiers to access terrain at Deer Valley the same way they have in the past with the US 40 access point. And so we'll see what happens between these two resorts, whether they come together with a future agreement.
Yeah, and that US 40 access point is the Deer Crest Gondola. Mayflower's, it's going to have 400 skiable acres, which is enough to operate an independent ski area. However, it pales in comparison to the 2,000 plus acres of terrain at Deer Valley. So from a skier's perspective, the limited area, it makes far more sense as an addition to Deer Valley than a standalone destination. So clearly Extel, the development group for Mayflower Mountain Resort, and Altera, the company that owns Deer Valley, they don't view joint operations as a certainty, as no funding from Deer Valley is being used to finance any of the infrastructure at Mayflower Mountain Resort.
Now, with the lift still a couple seasons away, we're going to wager that the two areas are probably going to operate as one, but it's not official now, and you can't count on that now. But it just makes sense. There's overwhelming trend in the skiing industry to consolidate mountain operations, so why wouldn't you do that? Begs the question, of course, Deer Valley has prohibited snowboarders over the years. Is that going to be impacted if there is a merging? Don't know, but we're going to keep you posted if it happens.
So we'll have to wait and see just how these corporate negotiations play out. But plans for the base area at Mayflower Mountain Resort are beginning to take shape, and you can see the development happening right now. Xtel is planning a massive development that includes 3 hotels, a conference center, and the world's largest ski beach, along with 68,000 square feet of public recreation center and an array of shops, restaurants, and bars, which will be nice to service that area out at the Jordan now. Mayflower's financing in part comes from the Military Installation Development Authority, known as MIDA, and they are participating in this project, and the financing structure allows more money to be spent during the initial stages of development, which will ultimately be paid by leveraging future tax growth. So thanks to the MIDA funding, the military funding, the first hotel built at Mayflower will feature 100 rooms exclusively available for military personnel at subsidized rates, which is great to get our armed forces out into the mountains and out skiing.
Yep.
Xtel also plans to construct 95,000 square feet of much needed workforce housing, which is a welcoming bit of an investment aimed at addressing Park City's affordable housing and employee housing shortage.
Many of you are familiar with the Gorgoza Park, located on Parley Summit, just outside of Park City. It's where everybody goes to slide on those tubes and enjoy the area. Well, a couple of months ago, we reported that Gorgoza was undergoing a process of transformation into what is now known as Woodward Park City, a world-class, state-of-the-art facility with an assortment of indoor and outdoor activities and events. We're going to give you an update here. It was originally scheduled to reopen in November. It's more likely to happen sometime in December. As I mentioned, it's going to be known as Woodward Park City.
All right, so what is the Action Sports Hub and at Woodward Park? This is going to be a 66,000 square feet indoor facility packed full of spring floors, air tracks, tumble track, a 10,000 square foot indoor concrete park, skateboard park, trampoline zones with 7 different trampolines, a parkour zone, a pump track, mini ramps, and much more. It will be open 365 days a year. You're going to see Ron out there in the parkour zone, flipping. No, you're not.
And flipping out. That's just crazy, but that's what the youth are doing today, and we are definitely accommodating it. I had nothing to do with it, but it's going to come here and be available to everyone through a membership at Woodward Park City. Then there's the Mountain Park. The Woodward Mountain Park is a network of terrain zones that offers a variety of on-the-mountain experiences for all ages, all abilities. And so we're going to see a base area with learning zones, large freestyle zones, everything in between. And in a moment, we're going to show you a short video to give you a little bit of an aerial image of what's going on there.
And then we got the Action Sports Park. So this is 120 acres of fun. We've got the W Plaza with bumps, jumps, and ledges. The Central Plaza, which is a huge skate park. These are all summer activities. And the Outpost will have BMX jumps, an outdoor parkour course, and more. In addition, downhill mountain biking with lift service.
And then, it was once a tubing park. So the tubing is going to come back for the 2019-2020 season. The classic family winter tradition. It's a great place for lots of fun with the different zones of tubing, and so you'll want to check that out. And there's just obviously a lot going on here. But rather than us talk about it anymore, let's show you a quick little video.
So take a moment, check out Woodward Park City at woodwardparkcity.com.
Well, returning to real estate as we wrap up, if you're interested in selling your property during the upcoming ski season, you want to begin by finding out the current value of your property, decide if it's the right time for you. And the way you do that is you request a free property value assessment and consultation. Let me just show you with our website how to do that. It's really quite easy. Here we are on BuyParkCity.com. We'll get out of your way. Go up to the selling tab at the top. Choose that. That will take you to the selling page, and then come down to what's my property worth. When you choose that, it will open up this box, and all you do here is you fill in your property address, or if it's condominium, your condominium and the unit number, your name, any contact information. You'll want the email because we need to reach out to you, and any questions you have, and hit submit, and we will contact you, arrange a time to inspect the property and get you a update as to the value of it. And then you can decide if this is the right time for you to sell your property. But definitely right now, as we head into the ski season, you'll want to jump on this.
So if you have any questions, you can email us at Ron at the Wilstein Team or Jeremy at the WilsteinTeam.com. Or if you'd like to reach us by phone, you can call our office at 435-487-0151.
We're here to assist you with all your real estate needs, and we hope you'll take advantage of that.
Well, thank you for participating in our webinar, and we're glad each and every one of you joined us, and we're looking forward to a great ski season.